In this, we will talk about class and inheritance in JavaScript. So let's see how these two things fit together in a modern JavaScript and how we can leverage that capability in our application. To demonstrate, let us first create a class. So when you create a class, you use this keyword called class and you give a name with a capital letter. So if you say employee as a title case, so employee, and then you start and end. Now imagine that you have a member here name, okay, and that has nothing, okay. So that's the name member. Now to use this class, you need to declare a variable. So I'll say const emp, and then you initialize this class with new employee. Just like any other class object declaration, you declare that. And then to see what exactly this emp object looks like, you can directly print it in your application. So let me run this, and you can see the name nothing coming from this list. Now you can essentially change that value to something different. Let's say this is the name. And then now if you take a print of that object, you see that it is now changed to the name which is given. So it replaced that. Now one of the things which is bit uneasy for me in that you say that I have a phone and it doesn't exist in the employee object. So I can pretty much say this, and then the object will hold this second property as well. So I can keep altering even if my structure doesn't really hold on all those values. So that's when you need TypeScript to make it strongly typed. Okay. One of the things you can also do is that you can declare another member, which is nothing but a function. Let's say I say can sing, can run. Let's put it that way. And then if I have this thing, and then I can say function, and I say log. And I can use this name property in the string literal, the employee with the name. And when I want to take that, so I'll say this dot name, okay, can run. Okay, I say something based on the condition. It's just a fictitious method, right? And then what happens here, if I just print it as is, let me hide these two. Okay, if I print them as is, you can see that there is can run. Now to call this can run, because it is already printing, I don't have to print this object. So I can say that emp dot can run. Okay. Now this will hold the predefined employee object, which is nothing, can run. Now if I, let's say, want to change it dynamically when this class is getting declared, I can use a constructor. This is a keyword. You can see it's becoming blue in color. You can also pass parameter. Now if you have an object, that's fine. And if you take another parameter as your constructor declaration, and you say that this dot name, and I say underscore name. Okay, now in the employee declaration, one of the things it will show up is that I can now pass a parameter. So I can pass something like a parameter. Okay, and what happens when I call this can run method now, this will actually replace the default value with the value I pass at runtime. I can also change it later point in time, so I can anyway say that say m.name changed. Okay, and then if I run this, you will see that this is changed. Okay, so this is how the class would look like. Now if I, let's say, have a class called person, and that, not this one, so class called person, and then it has got few properties called name, age, phone, and these are generally common across all the employee or contractor or all these things. So I want to leverage these values. Okay, so what I can do, I can also use a constructor to initialize these values. So I can pass on multiple parameters. So I say constructor, and then I say underscore name, underscore age, underscore phone. Okay, and then in the body I can say this dot name equals to underscore name. So I can say this dot age equals to underscore age, and I can say this dot phone equals to underscore phone. Okay, so I can have them all set when I declare. Now when I define this employee, I, let's say, don't use this constructor anymore. Okay, and I don't use this member name inside employee. Rather, I'll say extends tense and then the people class, sorry, person class. Okay, what happens when I go ahead and say new employee and I try to declare this, the IntelliSense will start showing me something different. Now it will show that employee can now take 3 parameters as a constructor initialization, which is not the case here. You can see that in employee I do not have any constructor which can take 3 parameters because I have extended it as from person. The person has a constructor which can take 3 parameters. So I can pretty much happily pass on these values. So I can say 23 and I can say 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of them will be assigned, and I say can run and I print that out, can run. If I, let's say, log the object, you will find all the 3 properties plus the can run. So this is kind of combination of these 2 classes showing up as the object, right? So this is in JavaScript inheritance may look like. So it's the same concept from all the standard inheritance from other programming languages, but this is the way how you write this inheritance. So you can basically inherit from a base class and have all the members of your base class into your derived class. So with this, thank you very much and have a great day.